Another powerful technique for feeling your emotions is to consciously trigger them. So this can be done through just thoughts, just thinking of how you feel. Just like a check-in. How do I feel right now? What am I feeling? This is actually what's very beneficial about journaling. It has the same effect, where it gets you to feel your feelings because you're consciously triggering them. You're diving into them. So journaling or just thinking about them, just like a prompt, right? Just like a journal prompt. Sometimes like these journals, they have like a prompt, what to write about. So just this prompt or journaling, another technique. Another technique is listening to certain music. Certain music, there's music for different moods. There's happy music, there's sad music, there's music that's better when you're grieving or it's all about a loss or a breakup or death. So some of these songs, this music, can trigger those emotions. It's like it agitates that emotion, it surfaces. And once you become open to this, there's this, what feels like a willingness to feel your emotions. This is seen as more of a welcoming. It's a way to welcome the visitors. It's kind of like you're just creating the right atmosphere in a way. Maybe you're just at home alone and there's no one that's going to bother you in the next hour, and you play kind of some sad music. And then these visitors feel invited. They feel welcomed. And they pay you a little visit. You are just simply being with the feelings, being with the emotions. So the music's very powerful. Movies are another one, especially those movies that feel very relatable and have those kind of sad scenes or just those emotional, those moving scenes. They don't even need to be sad. Although there's a lot of resistance to like sadness and grief, loss. That there's just something about this movie that then just hits something. It's like it's touching. Right? That's why it's like a trigger. It's a button. It's pushing your button. It's triggering something. Because there's something in you that hasn't been felt fully. Hasn't been felt fully. So when you're open to this, then these things like movies and music and journaling, they become powerful tools for you to really feel your emotions. And to kind of go one step further, is you can use that tool over and over. You can use that song that seems to bring you to tears over and over, that movie that has those kind of touching scenes over and over. And what you'll start noticing is actually you are able to sit through that movie without feeling the same trigger. It's like you've processed, you felt that emotion fully. Usually when that emotion is coming up, there's usually insights too. It's bringing up the past. It's bringing up certain situations, life situations. And then it's like you can watch this movie, not in a row, but like you watch it every now and then. And it's almost like you look forward to the movie. You know that there's some sad scenes in this movie, but there's also a part of you too that likes it. Because you're liking that release of the emotion. You're liking that transformation of the emotion, that by feeling that sadness fully, you hit the peace. It's peaceful. It's as if there's a reward for feeling it fully, for not resisting. So you're not so afraid of feeling your emotions. You very well know. You watch that movie, you go, yeah, that movie, that kind of makes me feel a little something. But I'm going to watch it anyways. And it just becomes your tool of choice. And then there comes a time where that movie just, it's not moving you the same way. It's not like you're desensitized to it. It's just like it's not poking at a wound that was there. That wound is healed. That emotion's felt fully. Perhaps it's a movie all about racism, and as a kid you were dealing with racism in school or with your friends. So this one movie that seems to be about that, it just it can bring up a bunch of mixed emotions. Anger, this feeling of being bullied, isolation, outcasted, treated unfairly. Like all these kind of feelings, they just start kind of coming up. And there's no need to label them as all of those feelings. You don't need to label, you just need to feel. And you just watch, and then there's just no resistance. So you can just sit there and you're just home alone, just put on that movie that seems to be very relatable. It seems like, yeah, this movie is really hitting home. It has that feeling like, yeah, like you basically identify with the main character very strongly. Yeah, this one movie where they're all ganging up on him, and then, yeah, that's because you see yourself as that character. You're like reliving it in a way. So by reliving it, you're able to feel what you actually were resisting, what you're running from. But this time when you're watching it, you're not suppressing it. So that feeling is just coming, and without any resistance, it tends to just pour out. There's an emotional release. You just sit there and you're just, the eyes just start crying. You just, body becomes totally relaxed. And it's as if like there's certain scenes that it's like you're not even watching the movie. You're just the emotion. you're one with that emotion. There's no resistance. It's as if you become the emotion. You become the teardrop. You will literally feel like you're a teardrop just going down the side of your cheek, like you're a teardrop and you're a skier going down the side of your cheek, going downhill skiing, going for a journey. And that might feel like it's like 5 minutes. It has this feeling of like timeless. It's this timeless teardrop. And that's when you're feeling it fully. There's no you and the emotion. There's no resistance. There's just that flow of emotion. And the next thing you know it, you're kind of back to the movie. You're like, whoa, who's watching you? Typically it's better if you're by yourself. But there even gets to be a point where you watch these movies and you're so non-resistant that even if you are watching with your friends or your wife or your husband or your kids, that you don't resist. You just sit there and you don't care what they think or anything, and you're just there's not even the resistance to wipe the tear away. You don't even go to try and hide a teardrop, or you don't move. It's just like you're taken over by it. There's just no resistance. It's a total surrender to the emotion. You can feel it in the movie. Oh, this is the scene where this happens, and it's like as if you're like, metaphorically, obviously, it's like you're just lay down, like eat me. Right? It's just you've got no fight in you. There's no fight, no resistance. You're done running. And you start realizing that like it feels good. You feel lighter. You feel there's this, feels like a release. You're more peaceful. Something's been processed, cleared, worked through. And that it will express itself both in the mind and in the body. Maybe this tranquility in the mind, tranquility in the body, this lightness in the mind, lightness in the body. You'll feel that. So it's one of those things. What do we say here? Just like a prompt, like a check-in, right? What am I feeling now? How am I feeling? You're just out walking. What am I feeling now? Am I feeling this? Am I feeling that? It's kind of just this prompt to get you to go there, the place where you don't like going, your emotions, your feelings. Or there's journaling, like a journaling practice, or there's playing some songs that that really move you. It's just something about the rhythm, the melody, someone's voice. Just energetically, you feel like it's really, these instruments are like touching something in you. You feel like even just the vibration of the instrument is vibrating something within you, in your body. And you feel it's like it's loosening something. It's like vibrating, and it's loosening. It's like dislodging something that feels stuck. Or you might feel like you're singing along with in the song. You're driving your car or something. You're singing. Now you really want to express. You're singing. The music's vibrating. Your body's vibrating, and you're singing. And it feels like your throat would be clogged. Something stuck in your throat. But by just expressing and singing, it's like it's unlodging. It's like something's breaking up. It's requiring that vibration to just essentially to get that release. So it's that vibration. And then let's give you another one. Last one is just simply moving, is moving, like physical exercise. But we typically get into a lot of like vigorous exercise, whereas I would say be open to more of a gentle exercise, right? Less aggressive, less forceful. It's the resistance. Resistance is always about force. So it's about relaxing, like a gentle movement, like a gentle, like yin yoga, not like a power yoga, like a gentle yoga, like a Tai Chi, just like a natural or an intuitive movement. Something that doesn't even look like yoga, just kind of moving around in a very weird way. Very natural or like primitive, like primal way. But this then, again, gets you feeling the body. Right? So a lot of these things, it's like you're feeling, right? That's the whole thing. That's the problem. Is you're thinking instead of feeling. You come into this feeling, so everything's about feeling. Right? As much as you're journaling, it's not like an intellectual thing. You're not journaling from just this mental space. No, you're feeling. Before I start writing, let me feel. And then the writing is an expression of what you're feeling. Right? You're listening to the music, you're feeling the music. You're not just listening to the music, you're feeling the instruments, you're feeling the rhythm. You're feeling that vibration. You're not just watching a movie and then interpreting it mentally. No, you're feeling the emotion of this scene. You're feeling this energy. You can feel this buildup in the movie. You're feeling the flow. So you're getting to this feeling. And for one that's constantly overthinking, this is a whole new experience. This is now, it's more subtle, is feeling this energy. So I don't know how many I gave you there, maybe 4 or 5 different practices. Try one of them.